Boom! Back in the tube. Authentic power. Power. That's something we have let go on so many levels. On so many levels. Stop the sound on the other side. Yeah, our authentic power, the authentic power. What is the authentic power? Power of creation. That's what we have let go, many of us. Power to create an authentic life, an authentic journey, staying real. Yeah. But the power to create is not something that I've been in touch with very much in my life. I've pretty much went along with the default state for a while, and then I realized that, whoa. But just the thought of creating something was a bit weird at the beginning. I'm like, I'm not a creative person. I don't know how to create or things like that. Like, I was confused at the beginning, for sure. But I realized that, yeah, through creation, through creating something for my life, for elevating my vibration, I was going to have a much happier life if I had something to look at every day. No, just to have something to work on every day. Whether it's, and without being envious of what other people have. You know, this is the thing also that's very important to focus during your journey, because there's things, you know, that you would like to for sure happen faster, have more resources, have more on hand to accomplish what you want to accomplish. But sometimes it's not always gonna show up in the time that you want. So be patient, and you know, consistent action, like I say all the time, and tap into your creative power. You have the power to create a free, happy, and beautiful and wonderful life. No one is holding you back from this other than yourself. Self-oppression, and self-obsession. Self-obsession and self-oppression is very, very potent in our minds. It's once we detach a bit from that kind of vibration, the self-obsession and the ego and the nonsense, then you start to connect, and then you also tap into another form of power, which is the power of love. Yeah, power of creation, power of love. It's all things we should use in abundance. We should use in abundance, but the things that people should use are the things they refuse. And the things they refuse are the things they should use. So, you know, we have been very much programmed into a slave state mentality. You know, slave state mentality, and not questioning too much. So it's time to move out of that slave mentality and create our own legacy. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do here. For sure, there's a goal to my journey here, but I don't freak out with the end result. I really concentrate on each and every day, and bringing the best of myself, and being the most focused possible each and every day, and growing and living and learning. And you know, I don't focus so much on how to get it and stuff like that. No, I just take action each and every day. Each and every day, rise and shine, people. Very important. The essence of life. You know, we want to feel life. We want to feel alive. That's what we want. We want to feel a great deal of aliveness inside us. That's what I want. Like, I just don't want to be like, I want the vibrancy of life. I want to go through my fears, especially go through my fears to make me feel alive. And that, I like it. I like to go through my fears because it makes me feel alive. You know, it makes me feel like I'm here for something. Like, for sure, we all have fears. But the thing is, with fears, what I've realized with fear is most of the things we fear, we imagine, or will never happen. Will never happen. Most of the stuff, like I was thinking at the beginning of coming out on YouTube, that I was going to be attacked constantly by nonsense people, and I've had very, very few bad comments, very few I never had a bad experience on YouTube. Never had a bad experience. I think that that's what we look for, inspiration. We look for inspiration before we become the inspiration, and that's a normal process, I think, because you reach out to others for not having a guru. I'm not a guru. I'm a coach. I'm a coach. I'm more a coach than a guru. I'm not. Because I always add that spirit of coaching also and sharing my knowledge and even my work, the work I was doing. I've always been a very forward guy, and I love people. I love people. That's the thing. So that's why I ended up here on YouTube and starting to not chase my dream, but go after my higher self, seeking my soul, seeking my soul, seeking the keys to my heart of gold. The heart of gold, we all have a heart of gold. It's just, we got to find the key for it. Find the key for the heart of gold. That's the hard part. Because it's about consistency also. You would just want to find the key for one day. You want to find the key for life and really express that heart of gold. And that's very, very challenging in the world that we live. Yeah. Life is a challenge. Life is a big challenge. Just the pressure we have on our heads to survive. Most of us are in survival mode. Like at one point, it's to move out. Also, that I would like to experience something else than survival. I would like to experience something else in life than survival. Not having to worry about stuff, about how am I going to pay my bills, I'm going to buy food and this and that. Because there is moments that I have revenue, but I mean at one point that you want, the food is very expensive, very expensive. Sometimes I wonder what people eat. I wonder what people eat sometimes. It's so ridiculous, the price of food, the price of everything is going up, and that's it. So sometimes it's a struggle. Life is a struggle. I'm not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. My parents never, they always been very helpful. My mother is always very helpful if we need. But, I mean, you don't want to be at the crochet of your parents for the rest of your days. So you want to walk the path. I've walked the path since a very 17-year-old. I was out of I was on my own. From the age of 17, I was on my own. So I always had great challenging experience also because I moved out of my parents very early. Like before I was 18, I was out. 17, I was on my own with my friend and started to experience life. And that's what built also the experience that I had here. I always been very never had too much fear. Like moving out, my parents at 17 wasn't something that I was excited. I was excited to face life. I've realized fast enough that life is very challenging, and I ended up in Vancouver at one point for 2 years. Ended up in Vancouver and had great experience. That was one of the most relevant experience I had in my life was in Vancouver. Yeah, that trip that I did there was very, very strength. To build strength, it's the perfect thing is just leave with your backpack and go. And that's what I did at 19. I just left. Came back 2 years after with a dog. Came back 2 years after with a dog by plane, and I named him. The name of my dog was Rast. Yeah, a little black dog, and he lived a happy life until he was too old and couldn't handle it no more. But yeah, Rast, I remember him. Great dog, great dog. I found him, I think, in a back alley somewhere in Vancouver, and he kept being stuck to me, so I carried him and brought him back in the plane. But I think the plane trip didn't go well with him. He was a bit weird after the plane ride, so might have affected him. But with the time he came back to his. Yeah, so experience is very important to have, especially if you're young and you have the chance, the opportunity. You know, you don't have children, you don't have nothing holding you back. Just pack your bag and go and live. Just the experience of life because it's worth it. For sure, today I'm a bit more limited and I cannot really. I could leave with my backpack and go. Nothing's holding me back, but I have responsibility, so it's not the same thing as when I was 19. I have 3 children, and I don't intend to fuck off on them. I've never been like that. Never been like I'm a very. I'm not a freak on responsibility, but I take life seriously, and I think the responsibility sometimes also we think our responsibility is only towards our children or paying our bills and stuff like that. But the extent of my responsibility towards life is much greater than just my children and my immediate family. It's come on, I have to take responsibility for first of all the harm I've created, and I want to undo it. So this is what I'm doing here. It's to, I've been drifted away for so long. I drifted away from God or the divine for so long that now that I'm realigned with the divine vibration, I just can't let go. I can't let go. It's a vibration that you can't really let go. It's such a good vibes. It's such a good vibes that when you start shining and just not being afraid of expressing yourself or what other people think of you. You're free. You're free. Me, I consider myself very, very free. For sure, I would like to travel wherever I want, when I want, but that's another thing. But I can attain the freedom of mind. That's for sure. The freedom of mind is something that we can all. Because just to think for ourselves, is big, is major. It's a major thing to start to think for yourself. Oh yeah, you're gonna see life in a whole different way. Very, very different way. First of all, you're gonna be amazed. Once you wake up, wake up. That sounds weird to the people. That must sound weird to the people who do not see what I see. When you tell someone wake up, it's a bit insulting. It's a bit insulting. I don't like that word too much. I think it's more when you raise your awareness, when you expand your awareness. It's more expanding your awareness because telling someone they sleep, yeah, it's an expression. They sleep, but they don't really sleep. They wake up in the morning just like me and you. It's just that they are very much on an automatic program, on the robotic program, and they don't question it. That's all it is. They're very comfortable with the slave state, and they don't question it. Some have very good pay with the slave state. That comes with it also. When you have a good pay and you're comfortable and the money comes in and the children are healthy and everything goes good, you don't question too many things. When you have your material comfort around you and you're not challenged with life and life doesn't come and put the tragedy on your path, or you're going to stay very, very on the automatic mode, repressing the same button day after day and be happy with that. Yeah, you're going to think this is life. You're going to think, not that I'm saying that this is not life. Yeah, it is life for a lot of people, but I mean life. What is life? What is life like? What are we here for? Seriously, just work and pay bills? That's life? I see it much greater than that. And even with words, I cannot explain how glorious and life should be, how free and, how beautiful it should be. It is for me. Life is beautiful for me, but it should be for everybody. Nobody should, like, it's hard to conceive that there will always be people on the prime and with an internal drive activated and going, like, I don't see that happening. There will always be people more lazy than others and want to do the less possible to have the maximum. That is, I think humanity, we cannot we have to reset our mindset, but can you reset the mindset of the whole humanity. Like, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time to change this world, but the change is coming. And if you seek, you will find. You will seek, you will find. You will feel the change, the shift. First of all, you will feel the shift in yourself. Just that is major. For me, feeling that shift, that awakening, that greater awareness every day, and also seeking more every day of myself is a great, great feeling. It's a feeling that is so great that I want to share it with the world. You know, that's the point that it's. I am having a great time with that. Is I want to share it with the world because I think it's fantastic. Life is. We are in. It's the most wonderful time to be alive. Why not give thanks for life? Not only that, I've been given a health opportunity. What am I gonna do? Sit on my butt and do nothing? Wait for the ship to come in? No, no. I'll swim out there to that ship and I'll pull it in. That's how I think. I don't wait for a ship to come in. I swim to the ship and I'll pull it in the whole day. Yeah, watch me. It's gonna take time. It's a heavy ship. Love is a heavy load. Love is a very heavy load. And once you start to carry that load, that unconditional love for everybody, everyone, everything it's a very heavy load because most people carry love, but not unconditional love. So to go back to our state of unconditional love and love for everything that exists is a big work. It's a big work. But if we start taking action each and every day, we'll get there. We don't have to freak out with the yes, it's kind of making me freak out when I look at the world, how bad, not how bad the world is, but how corrupt our minds and twisted our minds have become. For sure, sometimes I look at it, hey, what is this? But I see also a reason for that happening. Like not too many people are, and also the people that leads this world, the leaders of this world are very, very hypocrite with us. So, but they are lying. They are lying, that's for sure, on so many levels. There's lies on so many levels and deception on so many levels. If you start also to just remember that all the time, it's not a very good. We're just reproducing more of the same. I think a detox is necessary at one point from all that nonsense, from all that, and that's what I'm doing here. Also, like I've been going at this for a while, but now it's time to more, have a better alignment with nature and with everything. Like I'm not so much, yeah. It's like owning your life. You want to own your life. You want to take ownership for your life at one point. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create something that's gonna be, that's gonna last. Something that's gonna last and something that can inspire others. And especially inspiring other people is very important for me. Very important to inspire others because I know that if I live for myself, I will not create much vibration into myself. Like you want to raise your vibration, and by lifting others, by coaching others, by helping other people. It's all about giving. That is really, really on my mind. And that's why I do this constantly, and I never mind, helping others or. I'm always in the spirit of helping others before they help me. I don't care. I'm not waiting for help or people to help me to put my word out there and to start helping others. Like I reach out and especially on the Truman Show, I like to have reggae singers because I know it's a good promotion for them. Music has helped me. Anybody can see music the way they want. And music has helped me to see clear in reggae music, especially reggae music. I cannot tell any kind of other music. Me, it's reggae music. Over the top. Yeah. Bob Marley and others. But I think it's just old. We are very great great and wonderful people, and we're creating such just look at all the creation around. Like all the things that you see around you has been created by people like you and me. It's just they're not more intelligent and more. They just have work on their skills, work on their talents, and bring it to life. But we all have the possibility to bring something more, and to that's why also we go to concerts and we look at all the greats with the great idolization and stuff like that, because we know we have that greatness also. We know we have that greatness, and we know we could do just what they do, but we haven't found a way to get there. Haven't found a way because most of the time, because of distraction, people are very distracted. That's why, look, I've been distracted all my life. If not, I would have worked on this before. I would have worked on my craft, on my skills, but I was very distracted from life itself. I was in some kind of a illusion matrix, or call it whatever you want. Hold on a second. Yeah, and the moment you start letting go of that, all that illusion, all that nonsense, and all that confusion. Once you clear the confusion in your own mind, it's a great step forward to freedom. It's a great step forward to freedom, because also, what is freedom? What is freedom? If it's not freedom of the mind, but freedom should be something that we should be able. I forget my life. There we go. We have life. Yeah, freedom is something we all, it's the main motive of humankind for action, is to gain freedom, more and more freedom. But in the world that we live, freedom of the mind is very, very important. Very important. Me, I think it's one of the most important, probably, thing you should have in mind, is really free your mind and think for yourself. Let go of the evil stuff. Let go of the evil vibration, because we all have some kind of evil vibration inside that we must clear. Some kind of demons or things that are not supporting us, that we do and stuff. We all have to. Even me today, there's things I do that I shouldn't do, and things that I shouldn't do that I do. But I'm working on myself. I'm working on, each and every day, raising my vibration and aligning more with my higher self, or soul, or whatever you want to call it. It's the so work on yourself. I know, like I say all the time, don't know too much where I'm going with this, but I'm here every day. If I rise and shine every day, I should have a very shiny life at the end, which is my goal. My goal is to leave. I don't want to lead the world and to possess the world. My goal is not to accumulate things, but I would like to travel the world. That is one of my main. That is seriously one of my dreams. That's part of the dream, to travel the world, go in Australia, see Arthur and all that stuff. See great people all around. Go to Jamaica, do speech all over. That's the dream that I want to make happen. But I know it's not gonna happen from one day to another. If it happened, because it might never happen also, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna get depressed if it doesn't happen. I'm gonna turn around and do something else like this, because of the strength that I'm gaining here. Preparing myself for an opportunity eventually. That's what I always had in mind, to be very prepared for any opportunity that presents itself. Very important. Sometimes there's gonna be things you're gonna have the chance to grab them. It's gonna come fast, and if you're not aware, if you're not awake, aware, and ready to grab the opportunity, it might pass right in front of you. So you better be ready. That's why I practice every day. Practice my stuff. Practice to be more fluent in front of public in public speaking, because this is I consider this as public speaking. It's not the same as speaking in front of a crowd at all, but it's still a good. It's a good practice. It's a good practice. That's how I see it. But yeah, you know, ask anybody to be good, to master anything. You just gotta practice. Just have to practice. I can master anything. I can turn around, practice, start practice guitar, go with pouring my whole consciousness into learning guitar, and in 2, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, if I do it every day, 8 hours a day, I'll play guitar for sure. For sure, that's one of my goals too. Playing guitar, I would love it. I would like to be the leader of a reggae band, the lead singer of a reggae band. Yeah, that I would love it. That's another dream. You know, I have lots of dreams. I have lots of things that I would like to life, but you know, I take my time. I don't stress out, and as long as I do something, I tell myself, as long as I do something each and every day that is different from the day before, like I don't come here and repeat the same thing all the time. My speech is my speech for sure. But as long as I rise and shine, I'll be there. I have something here. Wanting what others have is another problem made and put up by society. Not being happy with what you have is the same problem. It is the result of being misled to not knowing what you want to do and what is best for you. People have lost their sight of the true and real beliefs in life. Love and happiness. If everybody would love and be happy, there would not be any hate, no violence, and no fears. Love and happiness is not achieved by hurting others for your own happiness. But this is for another part that I will touch later. All of this because people do not see themselves as they should, as a part of everything, just like the cells in your body are part of you. Then, like every single person on this plane is part of it, but they see themselves only as a part of society. This is the thing, there's society and there's life. But most of us are stuck in society, yeah? Inflating the bubble of society. And being very, very envious and jealous of what other people have. That's what I told Arthur the other day. I said the other big thing, not only self-obsession, we're self-obsessed, but by our ego and all that shit and all the self-obsession, but also the, like I said, I just lost what I was going to say. What was I talking about? Yeah, the envy, being envious of others, and wanting what other people have. But this is why there's, you know, it's just look at children, how just my son Gavin, he's 10 and he see a nice car is passing by. He's like, I have a nice car. You know, we're very envious. Accept yourself and your actions, and you will realize the true nature of self, and the new world will open up to you. It's not that we should not honor the material world. I'm not telling you that to live in a non-material world. It's not what I'm saying, because I'm using material also. I'm using a laptop. I'm using technology to produce this chat that I'm doing here. So for sure, it's we must honor. I think we must honor pretty much everything, but at reasonable level. Like you should not and don't turn it into something evil also. What you see with your eyes is only a glimpse of what is in front of you. By the limitations that we put on ourselves or those put on by society, they have been able to place every one of us in a small box. Okay? Easily controllable, so that people cannot reach far beyond. But know that knowing oneself, like I said earlier, is a constantly changing road, and with every new experience comes a new point of view. So knowing oneself is constantly changing and can never be fully achieved. The only reason is because saying that you know oneself totally puts a barrier that prevents you from improving and learning more. So knowing yourself is an infinitely ongoing path to knowledge because knowledge is infinite. You are infinite. And know also that knowledge is based in the earth is infinite, probably like us. And know also that knowledge is based on your experiences. Know that your knowledge is not you, but is only part of you. Do not let your knowledge become you only title by society, only title made by society. Example of this are the professions like doctors, priests, teachers, psychiatrists, etc. They have let their knowledge become them, so only relates themselves to it. That's why they have a little title in front of it. Every time I see that little title, whether it's doctor or when they get priest or whatever, they put themselves a little title in front. It's always very. Living is just a series of experiences. And living is learning from those experiences. Learning not to make the same mistakes over and over again. But people today say that things just happen. They did not learn anything if they say that. Things do not just happen, and nothing happens just because everything that happens in your life and everyone is related and happens because of you and everyone's experience. It happens as a result of your own action. Everybody's experiences situations differently. Maybe people will share an experience at the same time and place as you, but it is not the same one. It is different for each individual experiencing it. The experiences that we have, they seem to take part in front of our eyes, but in fact, it all takes part in our minds. Nothing happens outside of yourself. It's all from within. Everyone has different points of views on any experiences lived. Because most of the time, and if not all of the time, people relate an experience that they are having to another past experience. Something they read, or an experience that is not even their own. For example, if someone says something to you about a particular subject or an experience, ask yourself, is that something that they seen and heard? Or is it something that has been said and put onto them? Just like what we repeat with all the madness. Did they actually live and experience the experience that they are talking about? Why do people today relate their own lives to experiences that are not even their own, but experienced by others? It seems here that they are not aware of their own actions and doings, and then takes on the experience of others as their own. Yeah. Hi, Janik from Hot London Weather, UK. Marilyn, big up, Marilyn. Yeah, hot weather, UK here. It's a cold weather, Quebec. Of course, it's rainy. It's Quebec. Yeah, it's rainy all the time. We have a very rainy summer. It's still cloudy. We had maybe 1 or 2 days of a bit of sunshine, but then it's gone. It's back rainy again. Here, it's the land of rain. The land of rain. And if you go to Vancouver, it's even worse. If you go to Vancouver, then it's really rainy. But here it's a rain, and we have a rainy summer. But I'm happy for you that it's hot and sunny, and yeah, not the case here. But still, me, I keep the sun shining in my head, my heart. We're good. Who's here too? Red Rose Rockers in the house. Big up Red, big up Red. Our opinion and views have value. Time for kudos. But our opinion and views have values. Opinion, yeah, it has value, but I don't think we'll change a world with opinion. We'll change a world with examples, with people setting examples. This is how that's what I pick up from other people that I look up to. It's a very much their example, not so much their opinion, because they have belief that I cannot. But their example of life, the way they live their life, the way they rise and shine, and that inspires me a lot. People's action inspire me a lot. Like, it's not so much the achievement or the like I said, the opinions that they have that really influence my to see if I'm going to be inspired by them or not. It's their action. Action is very, very important. So for every person you meet or every action you do, it is going to be different and a totally unique other experience. Even and no matter how similar to past experience to the new one, it is different each and every time. Each and every experience is different, just like each and every one of us. We're not so much different, but we have different look. We have different look and different, but I don't think we're so different. I think we're just different state of mind. Yeah, different state of mind, and that makes the whole difference. So the goal when having a new experience is to not make any reference to things said and put in your mind or any of your past experiences. If you relate your new experience to an experience not of yours or previous one that you had, you will only build a kind of barrier or wall that will enable you to appreciate the full extent of the experience. For yourself. This all because of some false and past belief or bad experience that you relate to the one you are having now. Then so, the mind keeps only the memory that has already been recorded. The thing there is to have no expectation, no preconceived thought about anything, to be open-minded to all possibilities, to give your full attention to the experience, and to do this is to give an open place in your mind for new views on your new experiences. A place in your mind for it. Beautiful. Beautiful place. I found that somewhere on the... Love, love, love. We're going to talk about love. Yeah, let's talk about love. Copycats are too many. Yeah, copycat. Me, I've watched a lot about. I've been inspired a lot by Les Brown. Les Brown a lot. Don't watch him so much today because today I am being the inspiration. It's gonna happen probably the same to you. At one, you come here for a certain time, but at one point you will say, "Hey, I want to become the inspiration," and you'll just start something like painting or whatever it is that you want to do. Someone was saying the other day they had something to do with soap or beauty product, natural beauty product. You know, there's something you have to do here. You have talent. You should have a dream or work on something, and not maybe to make a living out of it right away, but at least to make you feel alive. to make you feel alive each and every day, to have a smile on your face, to have, to work on something that makes you feel alive. Me, I feel very, very much alive coming here and working on my speech and working on my skills as a speaker. That's what I want to become, a speaker. So I have to speak. I have to practice speaking if I want to become a speaker. If I don't practice speaking, how am I going to speak? So, no, it's a master. Master the little things. Very important to master the little things before you master the big stuff. It's impossible to master the big stuff previously if you don't previously master the little stuff in your life, like just cleaning your house or gardening or stuff like that. Or coming here live on YouTube, live and direct on YouTube every day. It's not so hard for me because now it's out of habit. I do this out of habit, but still I have to program myself to greatness because that's not something that comes with the original program. The original program of Babylon, you're not going to reach greatness in your life. You're going to reach the default state, robotic state, and that's Babylon. And yeah, that's it. If you let Babylon invade your mind, it will. Everything is in your mind. Babylon's in your mind. Everything is there. You can get rid of Babylon. Well, yeah, it's in your mind. At any time, you can decide to burn down Babylon. Yeah, by resetting the mindset. If you reset the mindset, you'll burn down Babylon and it's gone over. Yeah, it's there. I know Babylonians are there. The bad scan is there and all that. But the more of us that wakes up, that express their divinity and that, seek another kind of vibration out of life, all these things will dissolve from within. Yeah, for sure. The more people that become conscious of their actions and stuff, they will not go into those temples and lose their soul, because it's there to capture your soul. I know that for a fact. Me, I don't go there. I don't go to churches, temples, or anything. I am my own temple, my own guru, my own savior. I'll create my own salvation. I don't need the Babylon with their number one false product that is a false salvation. Their number one product is a false salvation. I don't intend to. I'll create all this. I don't think I need a temple or someone else to. We should all be taking ownership and become leader of our own ship, captain of our own ship. Very important for me to take back control, take back power of my own ship. I've let go of the power of my own ship for so long. I drifted away from the divine for so long. Like always, not because I was a very evil person, but just because I wasn't doing the work of the divine. Like the divine work must be done. There's a divine work that must be done. Some of us, we have a very great sense of responsibility and mission towards life. And it's not about being perfect to start caring. To start caring, you don't have to be perfect and have a perfect vibe. And be aligned with the perfectly no evil vibes at all. We all have evil stuff inside, demons to get rid of, habits to get rid of. But life is a journey, and we've been very programmed for. If you're like me and you have woke up suddenly and you realize the whole world is a lie, and you've been like mind control all your life. Not necessarily with you. The worst is we don't know. There are some people that can go their whole life mind control. They don't even know they are mind control. And the mind control, we buy the stuff ourselves to let them control our mind. So nothing is forced upon us. Nothing is forced. They haven't forced any of us to adapt their indoctrination and their madness. We do it willingly. We do it willingly. We send our children to public school willingly, get the program and everything we do. And they know that. They know that we willingly go get our children vaccinated with all the nonsense, with all the poison that they put in there. So we do that willingly. So they know that. So they just pump more and more into the system. And the system gets inflated because we're totally unconscious of our action. And we don't care for our bodies too much. Like most people don't care. They have signed out of their body. They have signed out of their soul, signed out of their body. They're living dead. Forget about that. They're like overweight, like 400 pounds. I see some people, sometimes they're so overweight. They look so depressed. So, I was 300 pounds and I was depressed a bit. I was not depressed, but I was like not intoxicated with stuff, for sure. Hey, come on, if you eat dead flesh and milk and stuff, I was drinking a liter of milk a day straight from the cow. So that was not very good for me, but now that I have stopped all these things and I lost 100 pounds, I feel much better. I feel much better. I feel better than when I was 20 years old. And I'm not joking. I'm not. The other day we were looking at pictures. Me and my wife. She likes to go back into the past. I don't know why. I told her yesterday. I said, "Why you bring back those pictures all the time? He's gone. That guy. He's gone." But she likes to bring back pictures, and she showed me a picture from like 6, 7 years ago. I look older than what I look today. So it's anyway. That's very, very important for me to keep my mind vibrant, to keep myself very vibrant, so I don't fall into the trap of growing up. I don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up. I want to keep my child. I don't have a child mentality, but child appreciation, child mentality appreciation for life. This is what I want to keep, and keep that vibe that I had when I was young about life. I don't want to. That's why I interact with very few people, because I want my vibe to be very high, and sometimes people vibes are low, and I don't know. I prefer come on YouTube and just talk here and see what I have to say, because it's probably the only that's the only place where I can talk. And it's weird how it's inverted. I should be able to talk freely like that in front of my family, in front of anybody, but no, I have to come on YouTube to be able to express myself freely and find people that vibe on the same level as me. You're all beautiful people there. I love you girls all very, very much. You're mostly girls here this morning, mostly women, girls, women. I don't know what's the right word. But I see Red Rose, Marilyn, Cindy, Sam is there, Leslie, Queen Leslie is there, of course. Queen Leslie is there almost every morning. It's a great joy to see all you here, and I'm watching Red. I just named you, Leslie. Yeah, it's a great. I debated the vaccine force upon my babies and ultrasound too. Don't agree with either. No, it's a nonsense. The ultrasound, the shock. The trauma on us starts very young. It starts in the belly. Yeah, thanks, Jenny. You're welcome, Leslie. I appreciate all your comments. I read them all. I wish I would be more in the writing and stuff, but I like to tell you live that I appreciate you and that I love you and that I really connect on a soul level with you guys. And it's a great vibe, and I appreciate each and every comment. And even I don't have too bad comments. I never had bad comments, honestly. Just people with a bit twisted minds, but that's all. You have to expect that also. That you're going public. You're not going to be liked by everybody. There's always jealous people with bad minds. I don't concentrate on that. I concentrate on the beautiful people like Leslie, Red, Cindy, without forgetting Cindy, of course. Big up to Cindy. She's very a true person. Yeah, she's very, very inspiring, and yeah, big up, Cindy. You do great work with your vibration. Yeah, it vibes it up. Vibes it up. I love you all. Yeah, for sure. It's all about love. That's what I was gonna talk to you about, love. To finish, another big problem nowadays is, and it is the most important one of all, is love. What is love? What is love for? What is love for? Love is not sex, nor love is about sex. Love is not the attention given by others to you. Love is not pleasure. Love is not marriage, nor is it about it. Love is not a sensation, and love is surely not any material gift. Love is none of that. True love is loving yourself totally. Loving someone is actually loving yourself through the eyes of someone else. Only through someone else's eyes can you see how much you love yourself. And then how much you can give love to someone else. Know that you cannot give more love than you can give to yourself. Same thing as intelligence and knowledge, like I said earlier. But society has led you to believe again that what they are showing and telling is real love. By showing how it should be in movies, books, TV shows, etc. You ever wondered why people love so wrongly today? What is the problem? It is insecurity, searching security of others to feel secure, when only you can give yourself the true sense of security. Society has led people to a false definition and sense of love. Having a false sense of love leads only to loving the wrong way, to have lots and bad relationships, and then to hate because you cannot overstand or do not overstand what and why love is so fake today, and then try again to live love the way the society shows you. This kind of love is interfering with the true nature of it, and it confuses people even more, and then resorts to violence and hate. But real love does not hate. Yeah, real love does not hate. Real love has no overstanding, and real love does not need anything until you overstand for yourself what he writes understand, but me I prefer overstand. Until you overstand for yourself what is love. Love for you is just what people say it is. Ah, that's interesting. But real pure love is unconditional, without restriction or conditions. Just loving without caring about yourself, just giving freely, totally without fear, loving fearlessly. Love is loving yourself in the first place. Yeah. We must love ourselves before we can love anything else. Christ stop that. Non-vain, agape love. Yes, that's it, Red. We are all born of love and with all love in our hearts. Keep saying it. I only see people with love in their hearts. As we grow and learn, we learn to hate and to fear, but actually it is imposed on us without us ever knowing. Ha! Like many other things, without ever even knowing. Cultural programming. Some kind of other madness. But actually it is imposed on us without us ever knowing. This is all because of the way that we are raised. That it is a normal thing to see violence. Hey, you see it as normal. We always see it, and we always see it, and it is shown everywhere and all around us as we develop and make ourselves. It has become normal. No, it's not. When we are born, there is not one grain of hate in any of us. Hate and fear is programmed in our brain by constant exposure without guidance. Not anyone's fault, that is. Nobody knows better. Nobody knows better. Everyone raised their children the way they have been raised and educated. It is a subconscious programming. The education that has been given to children is with fear and pressure to be better than everyone else, to be in competition with one and another. But everyone has their own rhythm, their own individuality. Everyone is different. Why make them fight each other when they should be helping each other to be better for themselves and loving each other? Not to suppress one and glorify the other. What kind of suppressive state are we in? What kind of suppressive state are we in? Know that you are already the best you can be. You just have to relearn that you are. This is why we are alive here in this body. Arise, shine. Everybody knows the expression, put your heart into it. It is a reference to love, put love into it. What is the secret ingredient that every grandmother uses in their recipe to make it taste so good? What they all tell you? They will all answer one thing: love. But everybody thinks it's a joke. Yeah. No, it is the secret of all things here, if not the biggest one. Put love into it. So love is not only to give to others, but to give to every single action that you make in your life. And especially not to forget to give to yourself. Yeah. When the people live in a place where they do not know how to love and have compassion anymore, then we're all doomed. We're all doomed. Living in hate, living in doubt, living in hell, if you think of it. Looks like we already are. With all the wars, murder, fights, killing, lying, and pain, it really looks like the world we live in is kind of it. And it is us that did all that to ourselves. By letting ourselves be controlled by our senses and pleasure, by society and money. It got to change. People need to relearn everything again. How to make use of love, how to love themselves, and everything else alive on this plane. How to take charge of their lives. Only then could we see a glimpse of change in the world. Knowing your action, intentions, reaction will enable you to see how things and reality really works. To take back control of your life and thoughts. Doing only things that you love to do and doing things for someone you love. Always include love in everything you do. If not, mind as well not to do it, because it will have no real meaning. Strive for self-knowledge and know that true self-knowledge is never attained. It is always a continuous learning journey. Know that you are not your job, not the amount of money you got, not how much material you own. You are none of that. Know that violence does not resolve anything but creates only more violence, chaos, and fears. Only by loving yourself and everything else and by giving love will it bring more love. You are only a projection of your mind before your eyes, an image of yourself created by your experiences. The world that you see is just a part of a whole, only the conscious part of it. This is the fundamental thing to know. to be able to live truly free and see past the veils. So I'm out. I'll be back later on. Rise and shine, bring more love, show love, wake up and live, rise and shine, say yes to your life, live your dreams, be phenomenal or you're going to be forgotten. You know, live each and every day like it's your last and give it everything you got. Everything. One life to live. One life. Well, you're going to live in fear. You're going to live in fear. You have the choice. You either live your dreams or live your fears. It's up to you. It's all up to you. What are you going to do? Live your dreams or live your fears? I think it's time to decide. To decide. Yeah. I love decision. Decision is great. It's time to take some. So guys, I'm out and I'll be back. I love you all. I'm seeking revolutionaries. Yeah, doves without wings. I have morning doves right in front of my house as you say that. Doves without wings. I have 2 morning doves right in front. I like them. I give them seeds so they keep coming back, the birds. Try to feed them. Try to do my part on every level. You know, I'm being kind to nature and feeding the birds and taking care of the soil and growing tomatoes. And I'll give you a garden update soon. Back from Babylon, Nasir is in the house. Big up Nasir always. Thanks so much. That was awesome. Big up Leslie, always Queen Leslie. Over the top, Queen Leslie. Rise and shine. Yeah, yeah. We are one and we're going to make this life free, happy, and beautiful. You deserve to be happy. You know, we all deserve to be happy, and we have to rise above the all the negative stuff and the love, the hate, the fear, all the bad stuff that we've been taught. We have to rise above that, relearn everything we have learned, and just shine our light as people and take back our authentic power. Enough letting go of our power. So rise and shine and live your dreams. Peace out.